Welcome back, Hearthstoners, to another exciting episode of Jester vs. Season 6. This is Grommash Meta Control. You can find it on hearthpwn.com. Leave your comments, ratings, and questions there, and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I possibly can. We're queuing up for another, this is more mid-ladder match. I believe I'm rank 10 at this point, maybe 11. I don't really care. Yeah, all right. So, we're going to be playing a worthy opponent. Fruby wants his 5 seconds of fame. Say hello, Fruby. Alright. We're going to be playing against a priest. Let me finish. Okay. Now you want to throw back anything, as usual, that is too expensive to use early in the game. And also Shield Slam, since it doesn't really do us any good. What we're fishing for is a Fiery War Axe. Because, and there's one right there. Because if the priest is stupid enough to drop a first turn Northern Cleric... Fruby says hi, everybody. If he's stupid enough to drop a first turn Cleric, you want to throw an axe at its face and totally nullify his plans. So we're going to coin out the Armorsmith. We didn't see a Cleric. We still have the axe, however, available. And let's see what this priest does. I apologize in advance, Archaic, for making an example of you. Take one to the face. Now, priest matches tend to go to fatigue, and he likes to steal. He's going to be using your minions against you, and he's going to be trying to mind control toward the end, most likely. I recently played a priest match at the end of last season where they had 2 mind controls in the deck, and that's very rare, so I wouldn't prep for something like that to happen. But I could almost guarantee you he's got 1. Alkanai Soul Priest. The Soul Priest is the only real threat that Priest has. It powers so many synergies and problems that you're going to end up encountering unless you can take care of it. So we're going to Taskmaster it and execute the Soul Priest. Some people will say, but Jester, if he's stealing your legends, don't you want to save that execute for those legends later on? No. No, it's too early in the game. You still got to take early board control, you still got to take mid control, and then you can worry about the legends later on. That execute has far more value early on right now, Loatheb, in securing, getting to that point in the game. So we're going to spend it. An axe. Alright. We still want to play control. We want to become the beatdown, forcing him to use his hero power, feeling threatened. And as long as he's using his hero power, that's 2 less mana he has to spend every turn. And it applies a bit of pressure. I don't know if you've noticed this, but opponents tend to make mistakes when they're pressurized. And that's another goal of Warrior Control, is apply that pressure. Force your opponent into worrying about what happens next. He takes my Acolyte. Well, you really don't want Priest to have too many cards. So that kind of sucks. If this was Warrior, I'd probably slam my Armorsmith into it and make him draw all sorts of cards. But I don't like doing that against Priest, because Priest cards have tricky ways of going about destroying you when you didn't see it coming. So I'm going to axe this Acolyte to the face. Make sure he only gets 1 card from it. And then I'll send the Armorsmith in again. He does have card advantage over us. We do have board advantage if you can consider the Armorsmith a threat. But again, this is going to go to fatigue. He uses his other Cabal to take my Armorsmith, which is fine, I guess. I'll just plop out a Belcher, armor up. We'll see how long he wants to play this stealing game. He can have some armor, I don't care. I want to get that Windrunner out there because as soon as he starts plopping down legends, you want your Windrunner capable of attacking so that you can slam into something and take at your opportune moment, not let them dictate when Sylvanas gets triggered. Let's see here. Another Soul Priest. Now we're starting to feel a little bit pressurized. That Soul Priest is a threat. We don't have much as far as removal is concerned except for the Brawl. But if he does take care of my Belcher here, that would make Brawl a very worthwhile play. It would at least fill the rules. Aha! And a Pyromancer. That just pretty much solidifies it. Brawl's a good idea at this point. We're going to get massive value from it regardless of what's left over. And his Pyromancer survives. Well, let's put an end to that. We don't want surviving Pyromancers. Axe to the dome. And we'll pass the turn. Now he still has card advantage. Board positioning is slightly in my favor, but not anymore because of Rag. Again, if I had been able to get that Sylvanas out right there, would have been wonderful. He couldn't play Rag because 50% chance I'm stealing it. And if I play Sylvanas now, I've got to hope that she stays around unsilenced and long enough to slam into Rag so I can take it. Now, he's going to try to plop out some minions, I bet, because Sylvanas is going to take Rag 100% of the time, unless he can get out some small low-to-cast minions. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Northern Cleric here. Maybe something else that's cheap. He doesn't have any of my stolen cards, so he doesn't have my 2-drops, but he might have his own. Injured Blade Master, perhaps. He's taking his time, thinking about it. He really has no choice, though, but to drop out some minions or silence the Windrunner. Let's just teach this priest what it feels like to steal. Turnabout's fair play, right? And Azure Drake. That doesn't leave him with many options because it costs a lot. Earthen Farseer. Okay, he's got at least 2 other minions out at this point. 3 more minions out at this point. Yeah, he's gearing up to let Sylvanas have his choice. What we want to do is make it so that Sylvanas takes Rag. So, we use our Shield Slam and our Axe effectively so that that Ghoul lowers the minion count. We slam Sylvanas into the Azure Drake, and then we take a pretty much unmolested Ragnaros. We're not going to go to the dome. We're instead going to protect ourselves and our Rag with the Belcher. Save our weapon. Let Rag dictate the tempo of the next few turns. He probably has a Shadow Word Death to take care of his own Rag. But what we're doing here is we're forcing the priest to use his spells on his own minions instead of the priest forcing us to use our spells on our own minions. Basically turning his strategy against him. He's deep in thought. I would love to see what he has in his hand right now. That would be a very revealing, I bet. I couldn't begin to imagine, considering the last few turns, what he does have there. Probably a Smite. Oh, there's a Shadow Madness. Well, he's going to slam that into Rag and take the slime. Yeah, there he goes. What else? Nope, finish Rag off with the Holy Fire. He now has board control. Yeah, Baron pass turn. Sounds good to me. Baron, armor, pass turn. So he didn't spend his own spell on his own Ragnaros. Instead, he used my Belcher on his Ragnaros. But it's pretty much the same thing because now he's using his spell on my Baron. 4 cards left. I wonder how many of them are threats. Well, let's threaten him. We'll go to the face because we have another weapon to back it up. We'll drop Loatheb. Pass the turn. It'll be an expensive Holy Fire if he has one. He just heals. That's it? Really? Oh, big boo-boo. Well, let's drop him down. Go to 15. Go to 10 from the attack from Loatheb. And then we'll send Death's Bite in to put him at mortal range. Now, even if he has that mind control, either way he's screwed. If he comes to take Alex, he's spending all of his mana to do so, and then he dies to Loatheb and Death's Bite. Because he only has 10 mana, he can't do anything as well. That's the drawback to mind control. If he takes Loatheb, he takes Alex to the dome. So he really has nothing as far as mind control is concerned that can stop this. He might have something else up his sleeve, though. Let's find out. Drawing deeper into his deck. Looking for an answer. I'm willing to bet he's got that mind control in his hand and he realized he can't play it. Yeah, that's a concession. Thank you for watching, and please leave your comments and ratings. Have a good one.